The strength found in struggles. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, and fellow travelers on the road of life. Today, I want to talk about something we all know intimately. Something that visits each of us in different forms, at different times, yet with the same undeniable force. Struggle. Struggles aren't polite. They don't knock at the door. They arrive uninvited through loss, failure, uncertainty, fear, and disappointment. And for a moment, they can feel like they define us. But here's the truth. They don't define us. They refine us. Every difficulty you have ever faced has carried within it the seeds of your strength. Think about it. Resilience is not born from comfort. Confidence is not grown in ease. Wisdom does not blossom in perfect conditions. Every great quality you admire in others, courage, patience, determination, compassion, was shaped in the fires of adversity. Struggles carve out the strongest parts of our character. They stretch us, challenge us, and push us beyond the limits we once believed were permanent. They reveal the strength we didn't know we had, the resolve we didn't realize was already inside us. And sometimes, the most powerful version of ourselves rises only after life insists we dig deeper. When life becomes heavy, it's easy to think we're breaking. But often, we aren't breaking, we're becoming. Like metal forged under heat, our trials are shaping us into something stronger and more capable than before. Every obstacle is training. Every hardship is preparation for the life you're meant to live. You may not see it in the moment. Struggles rarely feel like gifts when you're in the middle of them. But if you look back on your life, you'll notice something remarkable. The moments you thought would defeat you were the very moments that built you. The nights you cried taught you empathy. The failures you feared taught you persistence. The disappointments you endured taught you clarity. The challenges you survived taught you strength. So when you find yourself facing a mountain, remember this. Mountains are climbed one step at a time, not by leaping to the top. And with every step you take, no matter how small, you are proving to yourself that you are capable, resilient, and unbreakable. Struggles are not signals to stop. They are invitations to grow. Do not underestimate the power of what you are overcoming right now. Do not underestimate the value of the strength you are building today. And do not underestimate the person you are becoming through every challenge you face. You are stronger than you realize. You are braver than you feel. And every struggle you've endured has prepared you for the victories ahead. So stand tall, breathe deep, and keep going. Because the strength you seek is already growing within you, shaped, sharpened, and strengthened by the struggles that once tried to bring you down. Let's go even deeper into this truth. Struggle is not the enemy. It is the sculptor. It is the quiet architect working behind the scenes, shaping the person you are becoming. Every time life challenges you, it's offering you an opportunity, an invitation to rise to a level of yourself you haven't met yet. Think of the moments when you felt overwhelmed, uncertain, or afraid. You survived them. You moved through them. And whether you realized it or not, you emerged with new insight, new toughness, and new understanding. We often speak about resilience as if it's an inherited trait, something you either have or you don't. But resilience is built layer by layer, experience by experience. It grows each time you stand back up after falling. It strengthens every time you decide to keep moving forward despite the weight you carry. This is why your struggles matter. They are not random. They are not pointless. They are shaping your story, piece by piece, chapter by chapter. Remember this: pressure creates diamonds, and friction creates brilliance. So when you feel the pressure of life bearing down on you, remind yourself this is not where you end. This is where you transform. There will be moments when your path gets dark, moments when answers seem distant, moments when hope feels out of reach. But the absence of light does not mean the absence of progress. Even seeds grow underground long before they break through the surface. Your growth may be quiet, your change may be unseen, but it is happening. And when that breakthrough finally appears, when you begin to see the purpose behind the pain, you will understand why you had to endure what you did. You'll realize that the storm you thought would destroy you was clearing the path for who you were meant to become. Do not forget, some of your greatest strengths were born at your lowest points. Some of your most powerful qualities were shaped during seasons of doubt. Some of your most meaningful victories will come from battles you once feared you couldn't win. Your struggles give you the courage to dream again, to try again, to rise again. They teach you to trust yourself, to rely on your inner power, to believe that you have what it takes, not because life is easy, but because you have learned to stand tall when it isn't. So as you continue forward, carry this truth with you. Struggles are not setbacks, they are stepping stones. Challenges are not barriers, they are builders. Pain is not punishment, it is preparation. Every day you choose to keep going, you are proving your strength. Every obstacle you navigate is proof that you are capable. Every difficulty you overcome becomes part of the foundation that will support the amazing things you are destined to achieve. Your journey is far from over. Your story is still unfolding, and the strength you're building right now is preparing you for chapters filled with triumph, growth, and purpose. So don't turn away from your struggles. Don't fear them. Meet them. Face them, grow through them, because one day you will look back and say, those moments didn't break me, they built me. Struggles not only strengthen us, they connect us. Every person you admire has walked through their own fire. Every success story is backed by countless untold moments of uncertainty, fear, and hard-earned perseverance. No one becomes strong without being tested. No one becomes wise without making mistakes, and no one grows into who they are meant to be without first confronting who they are. When you struggle, you join a universal experience. Your pain may feel deeply personal, but its roots are shared by millions of others who have felt the same doubts, the same fears, the same heavy burdens. And this shared human experience gives you something powerful: empathy, compassion, understanding, the ability to look someone in the eyes and say, I've been there too. Struggle shapes not only your character, but your capacity to connect. It softens the heart. It awakens humility. It reminds you that strength is not the absence of vulnerability, but the courage to move through it. But beyond connection, struggle brings clarity. When everything is going smoothly, it's easy to drift, easy to forget what matters, easy to lose sight of your purpose. But when life shakes you, when the ground beneath you trembles, that is often when the truth reveals itself. You learn what you truly value. You discover who truly supports you. You uncover the dreams that still burn inside you, the ones that refuse to die even during your darkest nights. Your struggles illuminate your priorities. They strip away the unnecessary. They show you what is real, what is meaningful, and what deserves your energy. And once you know what matters, you can direct your strength with purpose. The beauty of struggle is not just in what it takes from you, but in what it gives back. It gives you direction. It gives you vision. It gives you a deeper, richer, more grounded understanding of yourself. You begin to realize that you are not defined by the moments that challenged you, but by the way you rose from them. You are not defined by your mistakes, but by the lessons you carried forward. You are not defined by your pain, but by the strength it awakened within you. Let this be your reminder. Struggle is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign that you are growing beyond who you used to be. Growth is uncomfortable. Transformation is difficult. Evolution is messy. But just because something feels heavy does not mean you are not moving forward. In fact, some of the greatest progress you will ever make will happen in the seasons when you feel like you are barely holding on. So when you find yourself in the midst of hardship, ask yourself not, "Why is this happening to me?" but rather, "What is this building within me?" Because something is building. Even if you cannot see it, even if you cannot feel it, even if you do not yet understand it, every day you survive is another day of strength. Every moment you face your fears is another step toward the life you are preparing yourself for. Every challenge you overcome becomes another chapter in your story, one that will one day inspire others who are struggling too. So keep going, keep growing, keep rising. Your struggles are not the end of your story. They are the forging ground of a stronger, wiser, more resilient you. Struggle not only shapes who you are, it prepares you for who you are destined to become. Too often, we look at challenges as roadblocks. We see difficulty and assume life is pushing us backward. But what if every hard moment, every disappointment, every closed door, every shattered plan wasn't pushing you backward at all? What if it was pushing you forward, redirecting you, realigning you, strengthening you for a future you couldn't yet imagine? Life rarely removes something without offering space for something greater to grow. But in the moment of struggle, it's easy to forget that. When you feel lost, it's easy to believe you've been left behind. When you feel tired, it's easy to think you can't take one more step. When your heart is heavy, it's easy to think the weight will break you. Yet here you are, still standing, still moving, still growing, and that alone is a testament to your strength. Sometimes we underestimate the quiet victories, the days you didn't quit, the nights you held yourself together, the mornings you showed up even when the world felt overwhelming. Those moments are not small, they are monumental. They are proof that even in struggle, you are powerful. And here is another truth. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has walked through seasons of profound difficulty. Every leader, every visionary, every healer, every creator, every survivor. The world's strongest souls were not born strong. They were shaped by storms, molded by challenges, and empowered by everything they overcame. And you are no different. The strength building inside you right now is not accidental. It is intentional. It is preparing you for opportunities you haven't encountered yet, for responsibilities you will one day carry, for dreams that require a version of you that can only be formed through adversity. Think of struggle as training, a refining process, a strengthening of muscles you don't yet realize you're going to need. You may not understand the reason for the struggle while you're in the middle of it, but once you reach the other side, you will see how every hardship was guiding you toward clarity, purpose, and resilience. But the greatest gift struggle gives you is this: the unshakable belief that you can survive anything. When you come out of a battle still breathing, you realize your power is far greater than your fear ever allowed you to believe. You learn that even when life feels overwhelming, you have the ability to rise again, and again, and again. This knowledge becomes your armor, your foundation, your confidence. It is the quiet voice inside you that whispers, "If I made it through that, I can make it through this." And that voice becomes louder with every challenge you face. So as you move forward, do not fear the struggles ahead. Do not fear the unknown, the uncertain, or the difficult. These moments are not sent to break you. They are sent to birth a stronger, wiser, more capable version of you. Stand tall in your storms. Walk boldly into your challenges. Meet your struggles with courage, not avoidance, because each one is shaping you, preparing you, strengthening you. You are becoming someone powerful, someone who can weather storms, who can rise from ashes, who can turn pain into purpose and struggles into strength. And in time, you will look back on this journey with gratitude, knowing that every difficult chapter was necessary for you to grow into the extraordinary person you are becoming. Struggles unlock potential we never knew we had. You see, inside you lives a reservoir of strength, creativity, courage, and determination far deeper than you've ever tapped into. Most people never discover the full extent of their power simply because life never demands it. But struggle does. Hardship reaches into that hidden place and pulls out abilities you didn't know existed. When you face challenges, you adapt. When you fail, you learn. When you fall, you rise with new awareness. When you struggle, you uncover abilities that were dormant within you. It is in the moments when you are stretched beyond your comfort that the most extraordinary parts of you emerge. These are not weaknesses being exposed, they are strengths being awakened. Think about the times you surprised yourself. The moments when you thought you couldn't continue, but somehow you did. The moments when you thought you were completely depleted, yet you found one more ounce of courage, one more step forward, one more reason to keep going. These moments weren't accidents. They were glimpses of the greatness within you, greatness that can only surface through struggle. And the beauty of discovering this potential is that once you've seen your strength, it can never be unseen. Once you've realized your resilience, you can never again convince yourself that you are weak. Once you have stood back up after falling, you carry the undeniable proof that you are capable of rising every time. This is why struggle is sacred. It shows you who you truly are and who you can become. Struggles also teach you to trust yourself, to believe in your ability to navigate uncertainty, to understand that even when you feel afraid or unsure, you have within you everything you need to move forward. This self-trust doesn't appear during easy times. It is forged during difficulty. And with this trust comes confidence, not arrogance, but quiet, unshakable confidence. The kind that comes from knowing you have survived what once felt impossible. The kind that tells you, no matter what comes next, I will find a way. But there is something even more transformative. Struggles shift your perspective. They teach you gratitude. They make you appreciate small victories. They open your eyes to the strength of others and help you recognize your own. You begin to see growth where you once only saw pain. You begin to see progress where you once only saw obstacles. You begin to see your journey not as a series of setbacks, but as a series of breakthroughs. And soon, you start walking differently, head held higher, heart more open, spirit more grounded. Even your dreams change. They grow bigger, bolder, more aligned with who you truly are. Because you realize you don't have to fear the struggle anymore. You've learned it isn't a barrier, it's a builder. So as you continue forward, remember this. Your struggles are not signs of defeat. They are signs that you are fighting for a life worth living. They are proof that you care, that you are growing, that you are becoming stronger and more capable every day. Do not mourn the difficulty. Honor it. Use it. Rise through it. Because one day, perhaps sooner than you think, you will look back on these moments and realize they were the very stepping stones that carried you to your greatest victories. You are not done growing. You are not done rising. You are not done becoming. Struggles don't just change the path ahead, they change the person walking it. Every experience you face, every challenge, every disappointment, every unexpected twist shapes you into someone wiser, stronger, and more resilient. You are not the same person you were before your struggles, and that is not something to fear. That is something to honor. Growth means evolution. Evolution means transformation. And transformation is rarely gentle. But deep within every struggle, there is a powerful shift happening. It's not always loud. It's not always dramatic. Sometimes it feels subtle, almost invisible. Yet day by day, moment by moment, you are being reshaped from the inside out. You start to develop a type of strength that doesn't shout, it steadies. A type of courage that doesn't boast, it perseveres. A type of wisdom that doesn't demand attention, it guides quietly and confidently. Struggle teaches you what truly matters. It strips away the noise, the unnecessary, the superficial. It reveals the people who stand with you when life becomes heavy. It shows you the dreams worth fighting for, the relationships worth nurturing, and the fears worth letting go. And gradually, you begin to see that everything you once thought was breaking you was actually building you. You learn to trust the process, even when the path isn't clear. You learn to trust yourself, even when doubt whispers loudly. You learn to trust that every storm eventually passes and leaves behind fertile ground for new beginnings. This trust becomes your foundation, a foundation built not on perfection, but on persistence, not on certainty, but on courage, not on smooth paths, but on steps taken through difficulty. And here is where the most remarkable transformation happens. You begin to realize that the power you once searched for outside yourself has been within you all along. Struggle reveals this power. It brings it to the surface. It teaches you how to use it. You start to understand that you can adapt even when life shifts suddenly, that you can endure even when the weight feels heavy, that you can rebuild even after everything feels lost, that you can rise again and again, no matter how many times you fall. This is the kind of strength no one can take from you because it was earned, not given. And with this strength comes a deeper purpose. You begin to see that everything you've learned, everything you've overcome, everything you've grown through equips you to help others. Your journey becomes a source of inspiration, a roadmap for those who are still navigating their storms. Your scars become symbols of survival. Your resilience becomes a beacon of hope. Your story becomes a reminder that struggle is not the end, it is the beginning of becoming. So do not fear the challenges ahead. You have already proven your resilience. You've already shown that you can rise from what once felt impossible. And now, you carry within you the strength of every struggle you've survived. Honor that strength. Lean into it. Let it guide you forward. Because you are not walking this path as the person you once were. You are walking it as the person you have become. Stronger, wiser, braver, and more determined than ever before. And the world needs this version of you. The one forged in struggle. The one refined in adversity. The one who knows that no matter what comes, you will continue to rise. Your story is still unfolding, and you are becoming unstoppable.